Hey, how's it going, everyone? So, admittedly, I was planning on making this video like a week ago, but funny enough, when I started recording, there was a blackout for 5 days. I'm fine now, but it was just a cold 5 days. But anyway, today I wanted to do an update video on everything that's previously happened, what's currently going on, and what I plan on doing for the future. Hopefully that made sense. You can probably tell this video is a bit unscripted. I do have like bullet points on what I want to talk about, but I don't really have a giant script that I can read off of, which is going to be really fun for editing later. I figured this would be nice to do since you guys wouldn't be in the dark on where I've been and what I'm currently doing. Because writing a script, recording the audio, and editing takes such a long time, I figure I just do something that I know is going to be done pretty quickly, so everyone can know what to expect going forward. And with that all being said, I guess I should start looking at that bullet point list I have. I first want to thank you guys again for over 100 subscribers. I know I've mentioned it already, and it's not even that new. I've been at 100 subs for a couple of months now, but it's still so crazy to me that we've made that milestone. And we're almost at 130 right now, which is pretty crazy when I really think about it, because I only have like not even a handful of videos, just very few. And regardless, despite like the few videos, I have 3,000 views, like over 3,000, which is really crazy because again, this is a very new channel. So I didn't have any previous following. Granted, I do have other channels, but I didn't really connect them as much as you would think. Like a good chunk of my friends that I made through Acro projects weren't even aware that I have like another Acro channel, which for those who are curious is called Acro PR, but I'm getting a little off topic now. Another thing I did was my first ever collab with my buddy Ghostbit. Shouts to him. He is pretty much my #1 cheerleader that isn't a family member or a significant other. But yeah, I did a collab with him for doing pixel art, recreating an NES scene, and I decided to do Ice Climbers. And I don't know about you guys, but I think it looks pretty sick. But other than YouTube, in regards to like game making, of course, there's Little Cherry's Tree, which got 46th place out of 178 submissions, which is a game I am still developing on, adding new features, and just recently released it on Android devices via the Google Play Store. But I also did another game for a game jam, which I didn't really do a video on because I didn't really have that much footage, and it was just a bit harder since it was another collab type thing. I worked on a game called Block Force with Ghostbit, Spoonsweet, and Luke Tyler, and that one did even better in my opinion, where I got 57th place out of 174 won submissions. That's actually crazy when you really think about it. Like being so close to the top 50, dude, I feel like I peaked. Nothing else can compete with Block Force. And of course, these games were obviously received well, along with some really valid criticisms. And funny enough, the main criticisms I got from like both Little Cherry Tree and Block Force was the difficulty, which means I need to learn about making things less difficult. I think it's just like the style of games that I was trying to do, but it's definitely something I'm going to keep in mind more in the future with other projects. Speaking of the future, Little Cherry's Tree Devlog 5 coming soon. Trademark. I'll talk about other projects later, but right now I just want to talk about Little Cherry's Tree. I'm debating on making Little Cherry's Tree 5 the last devlog in that series, mainly because all that's left right now currently is the iOS port, and I honestly don't think it will be that interesting. If anything, it'll be a repeat of everything I'm saying in the last devlog and this devlog, where I have to work on a device that I've never made a game for, learning APIs that I've never even seen, and slamming my head on a keyboard. I just don't think it'd be that interesting for you guys to watch. There's still some features I am planning on adding for Little Cherry's Tree, such as implementing the gyro controls, because I heard from some people who played the Android port that they actually would prefer gyro controls, so I think it'd be good to start giving them that option. But other than that, there isn't really a lot that I can show that would be interesting to people. But yes, I am currently working on an iOS port. It's going to take a lot longer for me to make, simply because I don't really have an No, I have an Android device. I don't have an iOS device. Currently, I've just been working in the Godot engine itself and not really testing on an iOS device because it's a lot more complicated than Android, which already was complicated. And I'm not looking forward to working with the iTunes store because I've heard horror stories from people trying to get their games on the App Store. I will get it done eventually. In the meantime, after I finish the 5th devlog, I'm going to be making some non-devlog related videos. Since my last non-devlog video did really well, I thought it'd be nice to like try some other things. One idea I've been thinking about is looking at old games I've made and just talking about what I could have done differently with the knowledge I have now, because I was like a teenager when I made most of my games and didn't really know that much about coding in general or game design. It's debatable if I still know game design with the difficulties, but but I think you guys know what I mean. And another idea I had was making some tutorials. Like, the first tutorial that goes into my mind is creating hitboxes for like knockback and stuff, because I've noticed that and this doesn't just apply to Godot, it applies to like every game engine out there. There isn't that many tutorials on how to make hitboxes. I mean, there are definitely some, but I do think there should be more intuitive tutorials on how to like make hitboxes. And I'm not saying I am the best person for the job, that I am the best teacher for Godot collision, but I've been messing with collision and hitboxes a lot recently, and I am working on my own custom plugin for hitboxes which I do want to share when I think it's ready. But regardless, I do want to share my experiences and what I have learned for the past few months about hitboxes and collisions and all that stuff, because I know collisions from when I used to start were really hard to understand. But the biggest thing I'm planning for this year is that I'm working on another project. I know I still have a little cherry tree and there's still some stuff to be done, but last year I promised myself that no matter what, I would get the Android port of Little Cherry Street done, and I have accomplished that. And with how things are going right now, I feel confident that I could start steering away from Little Cherry Street and mainly focusing on a new project. Again, Little Cherry Street for iOS is going to get done. I cannot stress that enough, but I feel like it's finally in a state where I'm comfortable doing other stuff. I also want to do other game jams and probably make videos on them. But yeah, other than that, I think that's it. So I'm probably going to wrap this video up now. So thank you guys so much for everything. Watching this video, subscribing to the channel and all that stuff, and supporting me for all of 2021. Well, half of 2021. Regardless, I am very grateful for all of you guys. And this isn't on script, so you know it's genuine. Then again, I could be lying, but nah, I hate liars. Hope you guys are doing well and are having a wonderful day. I'm really bad at doing outros on the spot, so take care, comb your hair, and I'll see you guys later. Bye, guys.